Hello. Hello. I hope everybody's having a really good Saturday. I almost forgot what day it was. But I recovered very quickly. Hello, hello, hello. Ah, good. Things are working quickly. We love that. Make sure I get everything all set. Great. All right. Hi. How's everybody doing? Welcome in. I'm doing much better getting here earlier. Hi, Cousin B. Hi, Judy. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being here. We are here earlier than usual. How's everybody doing? Hi, Annie. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you can make it again. Look, 2 weeks in a row. It's pretty good. I'm on a roll. How's everyone doing? Everyone good? Oh my gosh, the lag be killing me. Just sitting here waiting. Well, at least it's not after midnight this time. I think that's pretty good. All right, so it's our hip hop day. Um, but we've got some exciting stuff happening, so I'll have to show you all of that too. Well, I guess it definitely relates, but and actually, while people are coming in and we're getting settled and we're figuring out our list, I can show you what almost made me late because I was staring, of course. Um, we have the get it. There we go. We have the Hawaii volcano is beginning to erupt. So it can erupt at any moment. It's very exciting. Very exciting. And we have a volcano. Oh, here, let me play this. Um we have a volcano here in, well, not here where I am, but we have a volcano in the Philippines that has been erupting also. So it's kind of a cool day. We got some interesting stuff happening, especially when we had a really crazy astrological alignment this week. Um, that kind of peaked yesterday. So we'll talk about that and how it relates to what we've been seeing in hip hop. And we also had there was also an earthquake this morning in Indonesia. A 6.4 earthquake in Indonesia. So there's a lot of earth activity going on right now. Hey, Tiff Tiff. Thanks for being here. Oh, I don't know what's happening. This is why I finally got mods because I don't know what's going on. I'll leave that to y'all. You know what they're doing. Because I can't even see anybody else. But, well, okay. I'm not even going to worry about it. All right. I'm going to pause this so that it doesn't make OBS mad. But this is what usually be making me late. Like when this stuff is happening, then I start staring at the screen and I just keep watching. And then I'm like, oh, yeah, I'm supposed to be going live. Let me get myself together. Yes, thank you, Tiff Tiff. Yeah, if you could hit the like button on your way in, appreciate you much. And what? Man, we've got some stuff to talk about today. Let me get back to our whiteboard and we can start making a list. Hi, Tiptoe Joe. Welcome back. Glad you could make it back in. Okay, I gotta change the screen because I'm just gonna keep looking at it. It's cool. Let me get back to our whiteboard. All right. So let's I guess we can make our list. So I know that I wanted to make sure to um go over like this planetary alignment. Like we talked about it yesterday. Um Not plant. But I want to talk about it here also because it's really interesting to see these planetary alignments happening. Um like and how they're connected to events that we're witnessing in the hip hop space. Um, Let me see. I didn't see your comment any. Let me see. Which well, why don't we? Oh yeah, I see where you said you had some numbers, any. So why don't we do this? Let's put it on the list, and then if we're able to get to it, we can definitely look at them. Because you know how it goes. Also, a lot of times when we start talking about things, everything is so connected and synchronized that they all kind of link together. We do need to talk about last week's vibration of the week. Oh my gosh, who else is here? I see people that I don't know. Oh, Yvonne is here. And oh my gosh. Hi, everybody. Sorry if I didn't say hello to you. I wasn't paying good attention. I'm so sorry. But thank you for being here. I appreciate you. Welcome in. Our vibration from last week. Oh my gosh. What was our vibration from last week? How did I forget? Let me see. I'm going to go back. Cuz it was either 455 or 255. 455. Okay. So we will look at 455. We could probably do that first. And then I wanted to show you some interesting vibrations from the song that came out with the IDK song that came out with Pusha T in it. So Life for a Life, because there's some interesting vibrations there, especially in how they wrote the name. So yeah, yeah. Isn't that crazy, Tiptoe? How like we start looking at the vibrations and then we actually can see our vibrational connections. Oh, hi Rumple. Thanks for being here. Good to see ya. So that's what I have. What else should we add to this list? So I know Annie, you're putting in some numbers. Oh, yeah, 444. Well, and yesterday, anybody that missed like probably just the end, like the last hour yesterday. Well, yesterday's live, we had some really interesting vibrations. I think we usually do. But the last hour, I believe, is when we actually talked about 3 and 33 and 333. And that was pretty interesting. So I think you should check that out. Oh, yeah. Yeah. We actually, what I'm seeing is that what's happening with Dochi, and I think we started seeing this on Wednesday when I was on when I was on Twitch being silent. Still getting used to that concept. I like it, but it's very different. Glasses, how Dochi, Glasses, Malone, and then Aiden Ross is actually very much related to this planetary alignment. So we'll talk about that. But also, where this planetary alignment is also linked with what's happening with the US, Argentina, and Greenland. So we can include those there. What else? What else? What else? What else? Oh yeah, yeah. The vibration sent you to a whole different space. Oh yeah, yes, and Venezuela also. Yep, you're right. Any that all goes here because this planetary alignment that's happening. Um, okay, so why don't we do this? Let me go over last week's vibration so we can get that out of the way, and then we'll jump right into this planetary alignment because I think this planetary alignment actually will link everything else that we're going to talk about. It's like the good connector point for like what is going on in the world in general, but then also what's going on in the hip hop space. Because what we've been seeing um, for at least the past year, I've been seeing it a little bit longer, but for sure the last year is that what's happening in hip hop as a culture, like in that ecosystem of hip hop, is very much um it's like it's uh displaying what's happening outside of the hip hop space. So what's happening in the world and what's happening really even in the solar system and in the galaxy. So we will be able to see how all that links together. Okay, so that's the plan. I'm going to stick to it until you give me another interesting vibration to look at and I get distracted. Because, we know that's just the usual thing that happens. So for anyone that hasn't been here before, every week, well, every Saturday, we spin our random number wheel to be able to get a vibration or a number for the whole week. And it's just a way for us to be able to start trying to learn how to pay attention to the energy and the vibrations that are happening around us so that we can better be aware of those vibrations and how it's impacting us. And then that leads us to be able to know how to better actually use that energy in the ways that we want to use it, so that we're not just like falling victim to the vibrations and the energy around us, but we, out of awareness, can be intentional in our use. So 455 was the vibration for last week. And so this is a 14-5. And so some of the themes here are five for sure, where five is all about change happening. We definitely saw some changes this week. But even more, I think, important to be aware of is this 55 is karmic change. So it's the return of energy, um, where you can clearly see a link to what is happening, the change that is happening in that moment, to something that happened in the past, where it's not usually a direct connection, but you can see the energy cycling. Um, and so this change and this karmic change is a big one. We also see that we have two fours here. So four is all about stability and foundation. So here with our 455, it's this karmic change that's coming in. So it's the energy from the past coming back around, creating this change that needs to happen in order to get to a place of stability, to help build a new foundation. And this foundation here is again that 4, but this 14 is about a mix of energies. So this stability and foundation is coming from this mix of energies, which then allows for additional change to happen. So that's our 455. I was trying to see if there was anything else I needed to say. Sorry. Didn't mean for the pause to be that long. Okay. So we will, at the end, we will spin our wheel again for this week, so we can see what vibration we are looking out for this coming week. All right. So let's look at this planetary alignment. So I did put a little bit together for us because I spent so much time on this yesterday, and on Wednesday. I didn't want us to lose our focus of what's happening in the hip hop space. So let me go grab this image. And actually, while I grab this image, I'm gonna go check the. I'm gonna go check the. And you can check too. I'm gonna recheck the volcano in Hawaii, because they're saying that it became active yesterday, which was right when this planetary alignment started, but that it could actually go off and be geysers of lava at any moment. So while I'm grabbing our little set of images, you watch the volcano for me. Make sure I don't miss anything. I don't. Oh, I could stare at that all day. It's just cool. All right, so I'm gonna grab our images. Let me grab this. Yeah. What else do I need to grab? I'm gonna grab this, and then while we're watching the volcano, I will catch up in the chat because you know I have FOMO and I don't like to not know. I like to be part of the conversation. So I'll come back over there. Just a minute. All right, I got our images. So I'll come check out the chat. Oh, look at that volcano. It's gonna go off at any moment. I know it. It's gonna be cool. Hi, Slay Queen. Thanks for being here. It's so good to see you. All right, let me catch up in the chat. I'm sure it's mostly Tiptoe Joe talking about how you fell asleep yesterday and Tip Tip talking about how she didn't know I was being quiet on Wednesday. Yeah, I kind of messed them both up this week. I love you. My bad. Oh goodness. Let's see. All right. I'm also looking for any, if you put any other numbers in, I'm going to let you know if I see them or not. Because, you know, sometimes we have trouble getting the numbers into the chat. Okay. So I got Ennis 444. Yep. We got Venezuela on there. We've gotten Glasses Malone added on there. Hmm. Okay, so then the phrase luckiest in the world. Okay, so when we get to 444, just remind me of that. Because I'm not on the whiteboard right now to be able to write it in. So just remind me of your phrase and we'll include it when we look at 444. Oh, Tip Tip, you've been doing happy hour since January 1st. Oh my. Well, I hope your happy hour is really a happy hour because I can't partake with you. Because I do happy hour and then I start talking to people's, passed on loved ones, which freaks me out. So we won't be doing that. But we can definitely look at your vibrations on any particular day that you would like to look at. Okay, I think I'm caught up. I think I'm caught up. I think I'm caught up. Oh, hi, Josh. Thanks for being here. I'm glad you could make it just in time to see the volcano. Hey, did this one stop? It did. That one stopped. Oh man, does that mean it's gonna stop and then it's just gonna explode out? Hey, there's a bird in there. Okay, sorry. See, I told you. I be getting distracted. I need to change the channel. I need to change the channel. I'm gonna be in trouble. Oh my goodness. Okay, and yeah, just remind me of your 1008 and your phrase when we get to 444. So then I can make sure that those are included. Nice, nice, nice. Hi, everybody. Hi. Oh yeah, Judy. I know. I've been picking up all the hints that Miss Tiff Tiff has been putting down, and I now have her birthday on my calendar. So we will definitely be doing those vibrations. Okay. All right. So I got all of this here. Um, you know what? You're right, Tiff Tiff. That's what we need. We need the right song, and that thing's gonna blow. I know it is. And I just like have this feeling that it's gonna blow when we're in here. I don't want to miss it. But it usually lasts like when it actually starts erupting, where it has like the geysers. It usually lasts at least like 5 or 6 hours. It's usually not quick. So it's not like some of like the water geysers like in Yellowstone where it goes off and then it's like done in a couple of seconds. It actually lasts longer. Um okay. So I got lots of things on here. Lots of things. So we are going to start. We're going to start with, I think what I actually might do, this might help us. Let me see if I can actually do it. I'm going to try and get fancy again. But you know what happens when I get fancy. Things happen. And not usually good things, but we'll try it. We'll try it. All right, I'm going to try and like, oh, okay. Okay, that might actually work. I'm going to try, okay, and like cover some things. Oh, okay, okay. Now the trick is gonna be, can I get rid of them without like erasing everything? We'll worry about that later. Okay, so we're gonna start with these. So, when we look at our astrological chart for the day, and this is for like the last few days, um, we have had the Sun, Mars, and Venus all here right together. And it has been very much this back and forth energy between this masculine and this feminine energy of like how is the masculine energy impacting the feminine energy, um how are they working together, and but also how are they bumping up against each other. And this is what we've really been seeing for the last week and a half, with Dochi and Aiden Ross and Glasses Malone, is this back and forth between this masculine and this feminine energy. But then we have the sun there that is putting a spotlight on it. So it's making it very public. It's making it very open. So it's very much like a conversation and issues that have already been there. They've already been in that hip hop space, about like the interactions between masculine and feminine energy, but also about how outside energy impacts inside energy. And so that's very much what we've seen a lot of happening. But when we look at it from the perspective of like what it looks like in the sky, it's this very interesting alignment. So we have Mars is right here. This is Venus. Whoops. And here's the sun. And you see they're all very much lined up. Not like that, because I can't draw a straight line, but maybe like this, maybe like this. Oh, yeah, yeah, good. So you see they're lined up there in a straight line. And then this is where the earth is. So this is our perspective. And we're looking this way and we can see them all lined up together. So all of their energies are interacting together. But on the other side of us, we have Jupiter up here, which is um, trying to balance out some of this energy that's happening, but it also is enhancing the energy to go more inward. So when we think about the hip hop space, where when we have a retrograde, like Jupiter's in retrograde right now, when we're talking about a culture, now that energy is going in, and it means that the conversations, the discussions, the energy movement is internal. It could come from outside. So, like Aiden Ross comes from outside, and then the energy comes in, and most of the conversation and energy movement and interaction is internal. So, that's what we're seeing. But the last thing is to be aware of that we also have these two comets that we wouldn't see on our chart that also are putting their 2 cents in, and they're adding the energy in here as well. And it's interesting that they are on either side of this alignment. So they're balancing each other out as well. It is very much a 5 day. We do. We need some change. And then we have this comet here also that's facing inward, that's adding some kind of energy to the space. And we have a fourth one down here. So very interesting. So that's what's happening planetarily. And so then what we are seeing because of this is we're seeing that the sun is overactive. So the sun being part of this alignment, it's creating the sun to be very active. So it's shooting off a whole bunch of solar flares. It's sending a lot of energy into this space. And scientists don't necessarily know how or why, but oh my gosh, now I don't know if I can get rid of these. Let me see. um but whenever the sun is more active, then we see the earth becoming more active. And so this alignment, this perfect alignment happened yesterday. It's still going now today, but it was yesterday. And as that was happening, we started seeing this volcano. This is the let me see if I can remember the name. So if you want to look it up, both of these volcanoes have those live feeds. This is the Mayon volcano in the Philippines, and it started bubbling and erupting. We also had a 6.4 earthquake that happened in Indonesia right as these planets are aligning. And right now, what we were just looking at is oh my gosh, let me see if I hope I spell it right, because man, spelling it wrong is disrespectful. I think that's how it's spelled. Kilauea. This is the volcano that's in Hawaii that we were just watching, that is beginning to erupt, and this is going to be episode 40. So we're seeing these vibrational connections that are happening. all throughout our spaces. But then we also, so I mentioned a little bit about how we're seeing this in the hip hop space. And I don't, that's like too small. Let me see if I can get a full one for us. But this one in the corner is actually, it's hip hop's birth chart along with January 9th, so we could see how these energies were directly impacting the hip hop space. Oh my gosh, you guys are driving me crazy because I want to look in the chat so bad. I want to be part of the conversation. I have FOMO. It's okay. I'll catch up. I'll catch up in a minute. Okay. So, right here is where the chart that we were looking at earlier, this is where that Venus, Sun, Mars are all sitting together. And then the inside circle in the blue is what's happening with hip hop. And so in this same space, where we have this movement of masculine and feminine energy and things being put a spotlight on, hip hop has its north node, which is purpose. So this energy is very much hitting on the purpose. What is the purpose of things? What is the bigger why within the hip hop space? But it also has the moon here, which we know is the emotional space. So this energy is most impacting. So this mix of masculine and feminine energy, its interaction with each other, is most hitting the purpose for hip hop and the emotional space. And that's exactly what we've seen. That as we've been looking at these interactions and this back and forth, we have very much seen that it's, and we think about emotions and you think about being emotional, but that's not what it is. Like passion is also an emotion. And we've seen a lot of that, to be very passionate about what is the purpose and what is the impact would also be part of purpose. So what is the purpose and the impact of Aiden Ross coming into the hip hop space and trying to put down Doechii, which he actually has been doing for a very long time, and others have been doing for a very long time. But it is part of what is sparking the reactions that we're seeing and the passion coming out and the purpose, like a big sense of duty to be able to actually say something about it, is coming from this alignment. The other thing that I noticed is that, where can I write this? Glasses Malone has a Sagittarius sun. Has a Sagittarius sun, which means that the way that he thinks, the way that he uses his mind is very philosophical. Like if something does not fit his philosophy of life, he's going to be very vocal about it. And so we've seen that. But Sagittarius is also the space of teaching, of making sure that you get the learning lesson that you may need. I've also seen that Glasses Malone has Pluto in Libra, which means the transformation that he's contributing to the world, whether in hip hop or in general, is around justice and being fair. So, in the way that he has been speaking, it's a lot around what's fair and what's not fair, what should be done and should not be done, which is philosophy. So, I thought that was very interesting. I don't think I have anything else for that planetary alignment, but I'm sure it'll come up again in conversation because with this happening, it's going to enhance any of those interactions that we're seeing between masculine and feminine energy. Okay, so I want to get some water, but I also am like really I want to go look at the volcano again. So I'm gonna put us back on the volcano and get some water and um, catch up in the chat because I want to know too. You have me having FOMO. I love you all interacting with each other, but I don't like it when I can't see it. Okay. Oh look, it started again. That little one started again. Mm. Oh my gosh, I don't want to miss it. I don't want to miss anything. Nice, nice, nice. Oh yeah, that is a really good idea, Rumpel. Okay, so that's what you guys are talking about. Yes. Oh, good question, Annie. I just caught this. So, Annie's question was about if the sun was masculine energy also. Um, Technically, yes, but the my hesitation is that um, no no energy, no vibration is all one. So, like, even like with us, we're not all masculine or feminine. We have a mix of the two, and we just have one that's dominant. And no, not every man has most dominant masculine energy, and not every woman has most dominant feminine energy. We all have the perfect mix for our vibration and for helping us to fulfill our purpose. And so that's the same with the planets. So the sun, um, because it's a generator of energy, that's a very feminine thing. Just like it's the feminine energy that creates the fertile ground for things to grow. So that's a feminine thing, but it's action outward of like sending the energy outward from the sun, that's masculine. So it actually has more masculine energy than feminine energy, and so it's perceived as masculine. Um, but the feminine energy is what is actually generating that energy that can be sent out. So hopefully I answered your question, Annie. Let me know if you have more. Mm-hmm. Yes. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. Oh my gosh. I love that you all are like getting Slay Queen to make merch. Oh, I love some Slay Queen merch. Yes. Mm-hmm. I love it. Oh my gosh. That was your, oh wow. That's a very cool number, but that's a very big number. Oh my goodness. I'm glad Tiff Tiff asked like how much that actually is. Okay. Okay. Yeah, that was kind of messing me up seeing that number. It is a very cool number though. That's a lot of ones, especially right now, just moving into 2026 and having so much of this new energy coming in. That's another thing for Slay Queen and anybody that is thinking about starting new projects. I would start them as soon as possible at the beginning of this year because we have lots of new energy that's coming in for this year that can really propel those projects forward. So even if it's going to take a little while to get it going, you'll have more energy to use as the year goes on. That's very cool. Oh my gosh, you all crack me up. Okay, I'm caught up. I'm caught up. No, no. It's out there now, Slay Queen, so you know Judy gonna be on you. Oh, okay. Let's talk about it. I'm gonna put that on my list, Slay Queen. And actually we can talk about that, the numbers that you're seeing. Because what's interesting is those pattern numbers, it relates to what we're these vibrations that we're seeing in the sky as well. So let me see if I can get us back to. Oh, wait, did I pause it? Oh my gosh. Let me make sure I go back and pause. Because if I don't pause the live on that volcano, my OBS is going to get mad. And then who knows what's going to happen. Okay, I paused it. I'm glad I remembered. Okay, so let me go back to our little list here. And you know what? That actually goes with some of the numbers. Yes, exactly, Josh. Portal numbers. But like this 444 that Annie is seeing. Um, and Annie, you said you had 1008, and then you had a quote too. So I'll go find that here in a minute. But then let's look at also. Do 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 do. Where did now I lost it. What were your numbers again, Slay Queen? Oh my gosh, how did I lose them that quick? Oh, there they are. Found them. So 12, 21, and 1551. Yeah. So, I'm going to put these three numbers together and let's talk about these because these vibrations are similar. And then Annie will come back and do this second number and your quote. Oh, thank you. Thank you for putting them in there again. But it is it more than that? It's like all of them are this similar pattern, right? Oh no. I see y'all. All right. So, what's interesting, what we're actually seeing, so with this whole planetary alignment, we'll start here, is basically another thing that we're seeing that I didn't talk about, but this is relevant for these other vibrations, is that the sun here is acting as like a mirror. And so these energies are playing off each other as a mirror and a mirror reflection. And so these vibrations, so 444, even though that's like an angel number, it still is behaving as a mirror and a portal. It just doesn't work the same way as ones when the middle is different. But it is, this middle number is acting as a mirror. This is why I wanted to include this here. So for this kind of portal or mirror image, this middle number, this middle vibration is behaving as a mirror. We saw this, we saw an example of this kind of mirror when we were looking at how Tupac's birth vibrations were connected to Kendrick Lamar's birth vibrations. And how Tupac's death vibrations were connecting to the birth vibrations of Playboy Cardi. So I'll put the dates in here so you can see this. So Tupac was born on 6/16, I believe 71. Kendrick Lamar was born on 6/17, I believe 87. And then Tupac died, I think it was 9/13/97. If any of these dates are wrong, please excuse. Please excuse. And then this is the exact date that Playboy Cardi was actually born. And so because of this vibrational connection, it's like Tupac is acting as a mirror. So through the vibration of Tupac, Kendrick Lamar and Playboy Cardi are mirror images of each other, and they're creating this portal that is bringing forth the legacy of Tupac. Was it 96? I knew it was in here. Okay, I'm gonna change that. So but this, because this mirror is here, this is now making these vibrations similar, just like we would see in a portal number. So it's creating this portal, and what's coming through is the vibration of Tupac's legacy. Because his legacy goes from his birth. Oh my gosh, I cannot spell. And I need to stop trying to talk while I'm trying to spell. Okay. It brings forth Tupac's legacy. Yeah, that's actually what I said too, Annie, when I saw that. Yeah, Playboy Cardi is, yeah, he's older than I thought. Yeah, thanks, Josh. Thanks, Tiff Tiff. Yeah, so, but this is what's happening with a vibration like for uh this 444, where this middle number is acting as a mirror. And so then that means that these two fours are trying to come together, and they're causing this to spin, and it's amplifying this 4 vibration. And 4 is all about stability. and foundation. So when you're seeing this vibration, really what's coming through um is an amplified vibration of stability. So it's like energy is coming into the space to try and bring stability. Oh, you thought he was 40? That's actually pretty funny. I thought he was way younger when I saw that, but that's probably because, you know, I'm seasoned, as Judy would like me to say. Don't feel self conscious. You're fine. You're fine. Yeah, that's happened to me a lot, actually. Because I think I put into my head where I decide how old people are, and then when I actually look at their birthdays, I'm like, oh, that's a surprise. And so we have a similar vibration that's happening with Slay Queen's numbers, but it's a little bit different. So when you have like 1221 or 1551, this makes a mirror in here, but this mirror is not another vibration. This is a bonding mirror. And this is the mirroring that we actually get when we have any kind of relationship between people. So remember that even if it's like a 2-second interaction with a stranger, you still have some kind of bonding relationship. And you can sweep it off away if it's insignificant. And then you would have more significant bonding relationships with people that you're around. And so, what happens here is that the mirror image that is happening here, there's two things happening. This can be where somebody is trying to become that image, or is seeing a part of themselves that they don't want to see, or that they do like to see. But either way, it creates this bond. So it's like if you meet somebody and you see yourself in them, and it's a good part of yourself or a part of yourself that you like, then you bond with them through that positive feeling. But if it's you see a connection with them, or they are showing you part of yourself that you feel is negative or that you don't want to see, now that can become a bond that feels negative. But while we have this bonding mirror, we also still have this portal that's happening, where this portal means that these two outside numbers want to be near each other because they are the same. And so they create this portal. And in creating this portal, now it's bringing forth this middle vibration. And so we see here with the 22, here's a 4 again. So again, about some stability, it's bringing forth so this new energy. And it's interesting that it's ones on either side for both of these, because that means that the new energy, most likely this new energy of 2026. So we have 2026, that is a 10 and a 1. So all of this new energy that's coming into the space is creating this portal to try and help bring in some stability. So what you want to look at, Slay Queen, is when and where you are seeing these numbers. When and where are these vibrations interacting with you? Because then that'll give you some more clues of what you need, and in what areas of life. So this is saying that there's some stability that's coming in. But the stability is coming in a way where it's trying to end, because two is about ending dualism or division. So not being split. So making sure that with the ending of dualism or division, now it's bringing some stability. It's bringing a new foundation for you to build upon. That's very interesting. And then with 55, we have another 10 here, but we just saw for our vibration of 455 that 55 is karmic change. So this means that this portal is being made. So there's this brand new energy, most likely from this 2026 energy that's being drawn into the space, and is now wanting there to be some change. So there's new energy. It's like a situation is coming back around. It may not look the same, but it's coming back around for you to be able to look at and examine so that you can make this change. And by making this change, it's allowing you to step into a new space and into new energy. And this new space and new energy is supported by God or the universe because you have this zero here. So again, you want to pay attention to when and where you are seeing these numbers and these vibrations, because they very much will impact like the messaging that you're getting and how to be able to make some change. The other thing is, I'm going to go back here real quick to Ennie's 444 because this is coming together as a 12 and a 3. And so 12 is a change in perspective. So this is why it's coming up again, because we've been talking about change. But here is a change, but it's a different change. It's like changing your position so you can see things differently. And then by seeing things differently, you're allowing yourself to grow. So all of this energy is coming in to bring stability and foundation. So just like down here where it's stability that is coming through this portal, whereas here, this stability coming through this portal is bringing a new sense of comfort. This stability is coming through this portal to help you make a change in your perspective so you're able to grow. So that's very interesting. And then, oh, here's something else. So another message for you, Slay Queen, that is coming through, because these are the two that you brought here today. when they come together, now they're creating another portal number here for you. And this also is a mirror image, of course, because it's from two mirror images. But 72 is the numerical vibration of the name hip hop. And so this is it's related to, like, when you look at hip hop, what kinds of action in flow, what kind of vibrational flow can you be in to be able to take action, and again to end dualism or division. And by doing that, then it's bringing forth 77 is the numerical vibration of power. So it's bringing forth a power for you to be able to actually utilize. That's funny. All right, I'm going to let you in on my inside joke. So, looking at this bonding mirror, where it's what is the relationship between two people, or between a group of people, or like a culture and somebody. And an example that we've had actually recently of this is if we take Tupac, and his life path number is 40, and we add hip hop's life path number, because we add the life path numbers together to see about the relationship between two vibrations. So if we do hip hop's life path number, which is 39, plus Tupac's life path number, which is 40, we get 79. But then if we take our, I don't know, what name do you want to use today? What name should we use today? I don't know. I always like Lawbury. I don't know. It makes me giggle. But if we take Lawbury's life path number, which is 58, and we add hip hop's life path numbers to look at the relationship between Lawbury and hip hop, we actually get 97. So Lawbury's obsession with Tupac and hip hop is coming from him displaying this mirror bonding, this bonding mirror with Tupac's relationship with hip hop. He's trying to become the reflection that he sees. That's why it looks like all the time that he's trying to become Tupac, where it's not like he is like bringing honor to him. He's not adding to his legacy. So it's different than what we saw. I think it's up here. Yeah, it's different than what we saw up here. That with Kendrick Lamar and Playboy Cardi and these energies coming together is actually honoring Tupac's legacy by bringing that forth. Here, it's actually Lawbury trying to assume the reflection. It's him trying to become Tupac. And he can't do that. It's always a misstep because their first steps are very different. So where Tupac's first step was bringing an end to the way things were done, or to understanding the end game, like understanding what's supposed to come at the end, is his first step, or was his first step. And For Labri, his first step is about taking action, but in vibrational flow. If he's taking action outside of vibrational flow, which we've been seeing, where it's vibrational flow would be like the right timing and in the right way. That's the only way that he would even begin to have a positive outcome from using this reflection. Very interesting. That's very interesting. Look at that. Look what came out of that. Very interesting. And we got two examples that included Tupac. Didn't expect that, but that's cool. Any questions? Anything else I can add? Well, you're putting that in the chat. I'm going to catch up in the chat. You've been seeing angel numbers all week? So there's a message that's coming through for you, Josh. Have you been watching what the context is? Oh, and any is it 1 through 9, like all like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, or is it like angel numbers? Like what's the difference there? Well, you should be paying attention, especially to those angel numbers, because those actually are trying to get your attention for a message that needs to come through. Yes. Yes, Slay Queen, you better get on it, because Judy gonna get on you. Oh, you're very welcome. You're very welcome. Hopefully it was helpful. Mm, good suggestion, Josh. Yeah, Kendrick Lamar's mirror is it is very connected to these vibrations. That's a good one. Nice. Okay. See you later, Tiptoe Joe. Thanks for being here. So we need to make sure, so especially if you're seeing angel numbers every single day, any, sometimes that means that um you may not be getting all of the message that you need to get. Because typically, and it could be different, but typically, when you get the message that you are needing to get, they don't come in as often. And especially if it's a lot of different ones, they usually are really trying hard to get your attention, to get you to see something. Okay. Yeah, so same thing for you, Josh. Like if you're just seeing them constantly and they're not really stopping, then it really probably is that there's some messaging that's coming in. And it usually, if it's not a consistent kind of context, it could be just a very transformative time in your life. And that we've already seen that with your life, Annie, that um, being in a very transformative time of your life, it's giving you these messages of like, all right, here we go. You got to keep moving. You got to do this. You need to pay attention. Don't lose sight of what needs to happen. Let me look real quick. Hold on. For you, Annie, it looks like the angel numbers that you're getting, it's um it's like they're lining up on the side of the path. It's like like when I was gonna say when you're a little kid bowling, but I still use them as an adult. When you have the bumpers in there in the so that uh it keeps the ball on path. That's what those angel numbers look like for you. So it looks like that when they are coming up, they're to redirect you to get back on the path. So just pay attention when you do see them and see what adjustment needs to be made, what pivot needs to be made to make sure that you are staying on the path. And it's definitely a transformative path. For you, Josh, it's looking again, it is a very transformative path, but the angel numbers are coming through like stepping stones. So you know in those movies where um or games where you have to take the right steps to get like through. So like if you step on it and it's the right step, then it turns green, or it stays solid, and if it's the wrong step it goes down. And that's what it looks like. It looks like the angel numbers are trying to show you which are the right steps, so you don't. What keeps coming up is I don't even remember which one it is, because I think it's in multiple of those like Indiana Jones, National Treasure kind of movies, where if you step on the wrong step, then you set off the booby trap, and it could like hurt you. They're trying to kill you, but it could hurt you. Um, that's what it's looking like. It's looking like the angel numbers are trying to let you know which is the right step, but also encourage you that you've taken the right step. So think about that. Think about what you have, like what you're trying to decide about, like what step you're trying to take. And if you see the angel number, then it's letting you know that that's the correct way, or that you're making that correct step. So for you, Josh, they are like indicating what the steps are to make sure that you're staying on the path. Whereas for any, it really is, it's kind of the same thing, but just in a different way, where it's, because it looks like any would typically like to go off the path and then like come back around to the path. And those angel numbers are trying to keep those boundaries very tight. Hmm, interesting. Thank you, Josh. I'm glad you approve of my use of bumpers in bowling. Okay, yes, Slay Queen, do. Please do. Please do bring all your notes. Yeah, Annie, I think so. Cause yeah, that 55 vibration, yeah, is always gonna draw in similar vibrations to help you along your path. So that's good. Okay, good, Josh. Let me know how I can help. Very cool. Okay. That was a good one. So let's see. Anybody else have any other numbers that have come up, or any other hip hop topics that have come up? I'm going to go mark some stuff off on our list, but that means we could add to our list if. we have stuff. What we'll do, Annie, is we'll save the other number and the quote for after. I wanted to grab that one because it directly related. Okay, Josh. Yeah, we can add 106.04. Yeah, it is a radio station. But just like how like your business name is actually putting vibrations out into the world. This is even more interesting because this is a radio station that's actually putting vibration out into the world on purpose, like through their voices. But this vibration does interact with that as well, too. Yeah, no, it is a radio station. It is a radio station. That sometimes when I get stuff like that, I'll look at it and you could actually look up that radio station and get, you know, more information about what that vibration is because it tends to um, eerily sync up. Also, sometimes when I see these vibrations that have like the decimal point in there, sometimes they're coordinates. So it's actually a spot on a map. So let's do this because I'm thinking, hmm, uh-oh. I need to stop. Can't think too much. Might hurt myself. Okay, so your 106, Josh, is like it's feeling like an itchy tag. Like I've seen it very recently. But where? Where did I see it? And usually, if it doesn't come to me right away, it's not meant for me to like remember, but it still drives me crazy. You know, like when you're trying to think of a song or a movie and you can't think of the actual title of it. That's how it feels. It's really annoying. All right, I'll leave it alone. I'll leave it alone, I guess. Okay, so let's talk about Life for a Life. Um, because that title is putting out some very interesting vibrations. So we've gotten to here. I know I've listened to and like watched, I think, three or four reactions on it. So I really like the vibrations that are coming through the lyrics. But what I wanted to do was be able to add to that. And you can all let me know as I'm getting these vibrations out there and explaining them where you see the connections to some of the lyrics in that song. Because they all are connected. Oh my goodness. You're right, Slay Queen. I always want to say that, but I don't. Okay, okay. I gotta look away. I gotta look away. Are you gonna get distracted again? Okay, wait. Before I lock in, I need to go check the. I know I'm crazy. I need to go check the volcano. I don't want it to erupt without me. I need to go check. All right, here. Let me bring you with me. Okay, okay. We're still good. It's still just bubbling. It's not geysering. Is that a word? It's not geysering yet. Okay. Okay, good. Let me pause this. Had to check. It's gonna drive me nuts to not check. All right, so let's look at this song title. So first, it was very interesting to me because of the way it was written. So it life both times were written like this. And when you are like the use of the capitals, it does um amplify that vibration. It does make it stand out so that it's more noticeable. So I thought that was interesting. And then the use of the number four instead of the word four is always interesting, but that's a pretty regular occurrence in the hip hop space. Still thought it was interesting. And then, so life for a life. So the first thing that we all can see with this vibration, even before we are looking at the numbers, is we have a portal here. So because we have the same word on both sides, we are creating this portal that is coming through. It's creating this portal. These vibrations of the word life are exactly the same. They want to be near each other, so it's creating this circular movement that is bringing forth this 4A. And it's so interesting to me because I like to um kind of be in a lot of just I just like to get enough of like what's going on in the world to be able to see the vibrational connections. And so it's not 4A, but it's actually 4B. But this 4A reminded me of it in, I believe it's in Korea, where it's this 4B movement where it's a woman's movement. So it's a women's movement. And we just saw with that alignment that was happening that it really was about can this masculine and feminine energy work together, or are they fighting against each other like an old married couple with separate beds? Okay, okay, I'm gonna stop. So that was the first thing that I saw when I saw this title. I just thought it was very interesting how it was creating this portal, but then also connecting in to what we were seeing happening in astrology. Um, so then the other thing, write it again. So then if we actually do the numbers, so the way that we start decoding the vibrations is we use our little code book where A equals 1, and we have all of the English letters until we get to Z, which is 26. And I've said it before, but I feel like I need to say it again, that each language is going to have a different breakdown. So you want to make sure that you are looking at the alphabet for the language that you're using, because those vibrations are going to be different. And that includes when it's a language that uses accents. That accented letter is putting a different vibration out than the unaccented letter. So you just want to pay attention to that. Here we just use all English. But if we do that, life is 32, which is a 5. And we have a 32, 5 over here. The other place that I've seen 32 this week is from, let me just make sure I got everything. Yeah. When we look at the life path number of the US, it is 32. The life path number of Argentina is 32. And the life path number of Greenland is also 32. So this is showing how these countries' vibrations are actually interacting with each other. And so we're seeing this dominant vibration of 32. And also this dominant vibration of 5, of needing to have a change come into the world. Also, this is 4, A is 1, so this is 5 as well. So this title is actually resonating as a 555. So karmic change happening in multiple areas of life. And we just talked about these mirror images. And so we can add this. Aiden Ross's life path number is 23, which is a mirror image of the United States' life path number of 32, meaning that Aiden Ross is able to easily take on a reflective position of the United States, where how the United States behaves and what's happening in the United States, it can be directly reflected through Aiden Ross and can be directly shown through Aiden Ross. You all are silly. So just in this title, we have all of these connections already vibrationally with what's happening in the world around us, in the hip hop space and outside of the hip hop space. Then, like this title like became so vibrationally complex to me. It was just very interesting. That's why I wanted to make sure to share it with you. So also, the way that this is written, so this L I with a lowercase I, um, this actually is the chemical symbol of the element lithium. And we know that we have, let's get a different color for this. Lithium is uh, very much, um, we hear it actually most often in like battery usage. So when we talk about lithium batteries, so our technology, but also lithium is in regular conversations about mental health because lithium is one of the drugs that's prescribed for mood disorders. So this title is also resonating with the vibrations of all of these discussions about mental health. And lithium is element number 3. It's the third element. And we just had the whole discussion yesterday about 3. If you missed that one, I would definitely say check it out. I don't know why I took the point off of my triangle, but definitely check it out. Because that was very interesting. I feel like now that I know these belong here, I have to write in this 369. Okay. So yesterday when I was saying that there was like a very dominant energy of 3, um this title is actually connecting with that as well. So I think now we could actually get to, yeah, that Nikola Tesla vibration. Well, and whoa, why did it get so big? Freak me out. Don't do that. Stop it. Just stop it. Um, that 369 is an energy generator, which is also interesting when we think about lithium battery. And this discussion, you can find it at the last hour of yesterday's live. Oh my gosh, you all are so funny. Yeah, with y'all. Okay, so now let's look at how we would typically look at these titles. So we have 32 plus 4 plus 1 plus 32, which gives us 69. So there you go. There's another giggle for you. And uh so the vibration that is coming out of just this title alone is it is drawing the attention to the need to end something. Something needs to end. Some energy, some vibration needs to end. You all are just fine. it's not a problem for you doing it. I just get distracted because I have FOMO. But thank you. So it's drawing out this need to end something. There's something that needs to end and come to a completion. Could it be the use of uh rappers' loved ones in their battle raps? Who knows? But in the ending of this, it brings a new sense of comfort. So when you get to the end of something, it's like everything is out on the table. It's all there laid bare. And it brings a new sense of comfort because now it puts everybody in a position where you're having to now make a change that will result in a choice between bondage or freedom. So, what's laid out on the table, what has been put out there and said, hey, this is what it is. Are you going to be freed by that and allow it to end so everybody can move on? Or are you going to be in bondage to it? Are you going to continue the same discussions and try and keep this thing going when it really needs to end? But through this choice, you're creating a comfort zone. But remember that this comfort zone can be good or bad. Not all of our comfort zones are good. So it's like, are you going to continue to be comfortable with the things that you're doing? Are you going to continue to be so comfortable that you're going to continue to do them? Or are you going to make this change, let something end, so that you can create a new comfort zone, a new way of being? And so this is the vibration that is coming through just with this title. Now, if we look at the artist, we can get some additional vibrations. And I'm just going to look at their names, because then we can see how their vibrations are interacting with each other, and then how they're coming together with the title of this song. And if we can see and feel those same vibrations running through. So IDK is 24. Pusha T is 85. And 85 already. So Pusha T, just in his name, he's bringing the energy of the storm. Because the 85 is the numerical vibration of storm. Yeah. And so then when we add these up, we get 109. So here we have a 9 again. So just these two artists' names are also trying to bring this ending or completion, this vibration or this energy of something that needs to end or be completed. And this needs to end or be completed so new energy can come into the space. So it's like room needs to be made so that new energy can come into the space. And then if lastly we take this 109 plus the 69 from the title of the name, we get 178. And so with this 178, we again have this 15 of the choice between bondage and freedom. But now we have this choice coming from the return of energy, because this 8 is the reap what you sow energy, or the karmic energy, the karma energy. So it's energy that's coming back around. It's causing you to take action, but in vibrational flow, so you can actually get to this new energy. Try to see if there's anything else. Let me see. Did I write anything else? No. Oh, something else did come from this. Okay. So the last thing is when we were looking at the planets lining up, where we had like, here's the sun, here's Venus, here's Mars, and then over here was the Earth, and out here was Jupiter, and they all were oh my gosh, lined up like this. I should have drove the line first. But when we see this, this is called a harmonic aspect. So it's these vibrations are resonating together. They're working together, like playing notes together and making music together. If we add the word the on here, the harmonic aspect is 178. That's the vibration of it. So there's our connection between this song, where it's the title and then the names of the artists are directly connected with this harmonic aspect of these alignment of the planets. I can't believe I almost forgot that. Cool. That is interesting. Okay, let me go back to my list. Okay, so let's look at some of these other numbers. Annie, do you want to remind me again of what your quote was? Because then we can look at your quote with your 1008, and then we can look at Josh's 106.04. Interesting. There's already stuff coming through. So let me go over here to the end. Luckiest in the world. Okay. Well, one thing that I see already, I'm just going to confirm, because I've looked at it before, um, is, yeah, that this, when we talk about the world, this is 72. And we've already seen this today, that 72 is also the numeric vibration of hip hop. So whenever we speak about the world, we also are speaking about the vibration of hip hop as a culture, as a whole. So the world actually is the same as the hip hop. So I always think that's interesting. The other thing that is being brought to my attention is L is 12 and U is 21. So there we have that vibration again that Slay Queen was seeing. And it's just coming out bright, at least for me, right now, because we just talked about it. So it's like, hello, I'm here again. See me? Do you see me? Like, yes, 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 we see you. So luckiest is 100. Okay, I knew there was a reason why I needed to see these together. So we have luckiest here, which is 100, and then this first part of this other vibration is 100 also. And what 100 is it is where we have this God or universe energy enhancing. So it's enhancing what's coming in to the left of it. So it's enhancing all of this new energy that's coming into the space. So both with the word luckiest and with this 1008, we have this 100 where these vibrations of God or the universe are enhancing this new energy that's coming in. And especially because we're right at the beginning of this year, we are going to feel the 2026 energy. It feels very different. It's very much about bringing in this new energy. Interestingly, when you have the zeros like this, they enhance what's coming to the left. So let me move this down a little bit. So whatever is over here is getting enhanced. But what is over here is getting diminished. It's made to not be as loud. And so what's not as loud, it's like the universe or God telling you, stop worrying about this karma. Stop worrying about this reap what you sow energy. Oh my gosh, I can't spell. See, I keep doing it. I need to stop talking while I'm writing. Stop worrying about this karma energy. Stop worrying about this reap what you sow energy and focus instead on the new energy that's coming into the space. So that's this 1008. And then that 100 of wanting to enhance this new energy that's coming into the space is already right here with the word luckiest. So let's keep going. So in the world is 128 plus 100 gives us 228. Which is giving us that 12 again. So again, just like with the 444, that brought on the 12 to a 3. We now have this again where it's like there's a change in perspective that is needing to come into this space. And you have to make this change in perspective in order to grow. Have we seen this 228 somewhere else? I feel like we've seen it already. Maybe not. Maybe I just saw it somewhere else. But it's gonna, like, there's a lot of these vibrations that are kind of driving me crazy because they feel very, very familiar. Maybe not. Maybe I'm just tripping. But again, with the 228, what is happening is we are seeing that the first step is letting go of how important this past energy is. Let go of this reap what you sow energy, let go of this karmic energy. And so this we can have an end to the division or dualism, like the going back and forth, like deciding and then not deciding, or going like deciding and then changing your mind. Because by bringing an end to the division or the dualism, that's the only way that you're going to be able to get to a place of stability. Or a new foundation that will allow for this change in perspective and this growth to happen. Yeah, all these vibrations are coming through, and it's very much there's something from the past that needs to be let go. It needs to be let go for you to be able to move forward. Because what it looks like is you're walking on the path, but you're walking backwards. So you're looking at the past, you're looking at what's behind you, but still trying to move forward when you need to turn around so that you can face forward and move forward. Yeah. So this is the message that's coming through, and it's coming through very strongly because it's coming through in multiple vibrations and multiple numbers that they're, yeah. It's almost like you're waiting for that energy to come back around. And all of these vibrations are giving you the message that it's not. It's not coming back around. So you have to let it go, turn around in the forward direction so that you can move forward on your path, so that you can actually grow. So that's probably why you need to have these angel numbers on the bumpers, because you're walking backwards. So you're not able to see where you're going, and so these angel numbers are having to keep you on your path. Yeah, but you have to let that go. You have to let that past go so you can turn around and be forward facing on your path. You're getting a lot of announcement vibrations, a lot of this uh, energy coming into your space that's trying to get your attention. It's like you either don't know or you're ignoring the fact that you are walking backwards. So that's the first step. Because you see here for both of these, that first step is the 8. That farthest vibration to the right is the 8. So the first thing that needs to be done is to let go of that past energy. But the thing is it could so like with the epiphany that you had on 000, it's basically, it's not the same as starting from zero. It's like you're starting with a clean slate. So you can't look at it or feel like you're starting with nothing, because you're actually starting with a lot. You have the energy, you have the resources, you have the path. But you have to start with a clean slate. And that's letting go of the past. Hi, Eva. Thanks for being here. Okay. Okay, Annie, I'm glad that's helpful. Okay, Eva. I think there's several people that are needing to let go of the path so we can get a different perspective. But it's going to be especially strong right now, not just because we are stepping into a new year, but because we're stepping out of 2025, which is a 9. So that's an ending, a completion, a shifting of energy into a 10 year, which is all about something new. So it's a different kind of letting go of the past. It's letting go of what needs to be let go so that you have room for what's new. That there's blessings that are waiting for you. There's blessings that are waiting for all of us. But we have to make room for them. If you do not allow for room to be made by letting go, then those new energies, those new blessings have nowhere to be. And so they will come in, see that there's no space for them, and they will leave. We don't want that. We don't want that. You're very welcome, Annie. I'm really glad that that was helpful. Yeah. So blue actually resonates at 40. So it's again that stability. It's that the God or the universe wants to bring in stability into your space. So it's the same message. Blue is bringing the same message in a different way. It wants to bring that forward. It wants to bring that stability. But you have to let go of the past first. Yeah, so it's a lot of the same message. That's usually the case. I'm sure, any that it's a lot of the same. Because what the universe tends to do is, I want to get to Josh's number before we spin our wheel, so I'm not going to do the whole word. But what the universe tends to do is it tends to bring us the messages in multiple different ways. So if you look at any religious or spiritual book, any kind of religious or spiritual teachings, it's a lot of repeat of the lessons, just in different ways. And that's what the universe does also. It tries to bring us the messages that we need in different ways so that we can actually get it. Yeah, I was just feeling into the word. Yeah, it's a lot of this. It's the same. It's the same for you, Innie. You're very welcome. So as you're seeing these different vibrations, these different numbers, come back to that same thing because it is, it's the universe is wanting you to be able to receive your blessings, but you have to be able to let go and make room for them. And a lot of us have that. So definitely not just you. We all have something we need to let go of. Okay, cool. I'm glad that was helpful. So let's cross these off and let's look at um Josh's 106.04. Good. Good, Annie. I'm glad. So let's go here. Need a clean space. We can start there. So the first thing that I noticed, so I'm wanting to get rid of the decimal, which means that these are actually resonating together in this way. But when you write it this way, now this is telling a very interesting story where these are like this step by step story that are being told. And so you should look because it seems like the radio station um because it seems like this radio station is multiple places, but um they all are like it's like story based, like lots of story. So like you know how like talk radio you have the people that are they talk about like what's happening in the current moment, and then there's others that are like trying to like a podcast more like they're trying to teach something. um this radio station is all about the the anecdotal personal stories. Like that's the important part here. And then we just saw with these zeros, and that's why this is coming through as a story, because it's saying that like this is being diminished and this is being enhanced by this first zero. So it's saying this first part is saying this God universe energy is coming in and telling you don't keep focusing on the foundation. Don't keep focusing on what's already built. What's already built is there for a reason. Don't focus on what's already built. That's what's coming through. That's why this 4 is being diminished. And it's being diminished even further by having this decimal here. So while this is a radio station and it does feeling like this vibration is very much about a story, the reason this is coming up for you, Josh, is there's a very particular message in here. And it's starting off by saying, stop focusing so much on the foundation. It's already built. What it looks like is like it looks like where you're trying to build a foundation for like a house. So you put the foundation down. Foundation is done. But instead of letting the foundation be done, you keep building up the foundation. And if you keep worrying about building the foundation and making the foundation bigger and bigger, you never get to build the house. And that's why the foundation or the stability is being diminished while the comfort, and this is why the house is coming through, because you have the four walls and the roof. So that's the six. That's the six of comfort. So stop worrying about the foundation. The foundation is built, and focus on establishing the comfort. Establish building of the house. Because once you build that house, once you build the space for this new energy, now this new energy can come in. But you don't have a container for it. And if you get too stuck on the foundation of that container, you still won't have a container. So that's why this second zero is here, because it's the first zero is trying to get you to stop focusing on the foundation and instead focus on actually building the container, building the house. And then this second zero is telling you once that house is built, you can stop. That's why this is being diminished. And focus in on allowing the new energy in. And that's why this is enhanced. And so then by letting go of the foundation, knowing that the foundation is already built, so that you can focus on actually building the container, building the house itself, that then allows you to not have to worry about that. So you can just let the new energy in. And when the new energy comes in, because when we add all of this together, we get an 11, which goes to a 2. So once the new energy comes into the space, you're getting an influx of new energy. This 11 does not feel like dualism like it usually does. This is a lot of new energy. Once you let that new energy in, you're getting a lot of new energy into the space, and that is allowing where you won't be split anymore. So no more like split between and it feels like a split between who you are and who you were. Wow. All right. That was a pretty deep story there. Mmm. Yes, Josh. Okay. Yes, exactly. Exactly. You got it. You got it. You're very welcome. So, this again is like whenever we have this one energy, and we've been seeing this one energy all over the place this week, yesterday and today. It really is that there's a lot of new energy that's coming in. But because it's coming in after we've gone through that nine energy, the nine energy has cleaned that energy off. It has cleaned the space. It's made it so we can actually enjoy and benefit from this new energy that's coming in. And so we need to make sure that we have let things go fully. So that 9 energy, we've let those things go fully. And we are preparing for this new energy to come in. We're welcoming it in. Because in this new energy, those are the blessings that we've been asking for. I've been feeling very, very strongly from a lot of people that they have had blessings. It's like the blessings are sitting out just outside of them. And the only reason they're not receiving those blessings that they've been asking for is because they're not letting things go and they're not making the space to welcome those blessings in. You know, it's just like how they say, like, if you want to, like, be in a relationship and have somebody come into your space, you make space in your closet. You have to welcome that energy in. You have to change your behaviors and your mindsets to allow that blessing to come in the space. So if you've been asking for like the blessings of prosperity, you want money to come into that space. Well, if you have a lot of debt, that's taking up the room. That's going to suck that prosperity dry. And so there's no room for it. So change the behaviors or take on the accountability and the responsibility to clear out that debt, so you're making room for the prosperity to be able to come in, for more of that money to be able to come into your space. If you're a content creator and you're wanting more subscribers or more interaction or more engagement, it's making sure that you are preparing the container of your channels to welcome in that. And that's what it's feeling like for a lot of people. A lot of people, especially since we've come out of this 2025 into 2026. And I feel it very strongly in our hip hop space in general also, where there's several artists that you can feel very strongly that they have something new to give to us, but they first have to let go of the old. So if your album is just not going to come out because it's doo-doo garbage, let it go. Create something new. Just saying. Had to put it out there. So we should see in this year a lot of new energy. And you'll be able to tell when somebody has made space for that new energy to come in the form of blessings. When you haven't made space and new energy comes in, then it looks like a flood. Then it doesn't feel like a blessing. It feels like overload and flooding. Sorry, Josh. I had to say it. It was burning inside of me. Oh my goodness. All right. So after all that, are we ready to just roll our spin our wheel? See what vibration we have for the week? So for anybody that has just come in or hasn't been here before, we spin our random number wheel every week to give us a number or vibration to be able to focus on for the week, to try and pay attention to when it comes into our space. so that we can start getting used to paying attention and being able to recognize the vibrations and the energy that we're connected to or that are around us. Oh, yes, drum roll. Here we go. We're going to spin that wheel. Not the dreidel. That doesn't have enough numbers. I think this wheel goes all the way up to, I think it's 1,000. Oh my gosh, we have a 55 again. So 557. So, the universe really wants us to pay attention to change. We guess we have a lot of change we need to take care of, but karmic change. Cuz last week we had the 455 was coming up, and so then this week we have the 557. So with the 557, we could see this just as the number as is, but also look for it as a time, because you could see it as a time as well. But we could also experience this as the vibrations. And so what this 557 is telling us. So when we are writing our numbers, we write them from left to right. But when we're reading them as vibrations, we start all the way to the right. And we read our vibrations from right to left. So we first look at this 7. So this 7 is action and flow. But this is the perfect blend of that masculine and feminine. So with the alignment that we are experiencing right now with Mars and Venus, this could be that energy coming in here. So that energy is coming in, and it's helping us with this karmic change. So this is not just change, it's karmic change. It's seeing what has done in the past and making a change. This is like history repeating itself. But by letting go of the past, we can prevent this energy from coming back again. So karmic change. And then we get to this 17. So 17 in the tarot is the star. So whenever I see this 17 come up, I very much paying attention to the stars. For us, our main star that we're paying attention to is the sun. The sun is having a lot of activity right now, and in the next week, a lot of that sun activity will be hitting us. So pay attention to the sun. We also see a lot of sun energy as ego. So pay attention to people's egos. And lastly, but certainly not leastly, that's funny, we have the 8. And 8 is about the cycles. So the repeating things that are coming around. So pay attention to where you see this repeat of behaviors, the repeat of energy, the repeat of systems behaving in certain ways. And this is interesting. I don't know why this is coming up for this right now, but I'm getting to pay attention to the distractions. Recognize when something is a distraction for something else that's happening um away from the distraction. I don't know. That's what I got for you. So there you go. Alrighty, I'm gonna catch up in chat and make sure I didn't miss anything that I needed to see, and then I will take my leave. That was funny. I don't know why it came out that way, but it was fun to say. Thank you, Slay Queen. You're very welcome, Minnie. Okay, I think I'm all caught up. Thank you so much for being here. If you didn't hit the like button on your way in, please hit it on your way out. I will be back on Twitch doing a silent where you can come on Twitch and you can just watch me work. So you can see what I pull, what numbers I look at, and some of the breakdowns of those vibrations. I'll do that on Wednesday on Twitch. And otherwise, I'll be back here on YouTube on Friday. Have a wonderful weekend, everybody, and a really good week. I'll see you soon. Bye. Oh man, where's the stop button? Oh, there it is.